What's going on, guys? Tim Malcolm here, and well, it's been a hell of a day, but we're going to take a look at what is going on in the market today. Are we headed to a bear market? Are we in a bear market? And should you be freaking out or not? So keep it like normal. Let's rock.
Let's rock!
Fetch me their souls!
Alright guys, so it's been a very, unexciting day in the crypto world. If you are like me, you are probably down a significant amount of money today, but guys, this is crypto. Welcome to crypto. You know, I've been very busy today, a typical Monday for me, and I really just kind of had time to sit down and start kind of looking at some opinions of some people who I respect as to what's going on with the market. I watched a little bit this morning, but I'm filming this video and I just noticed that I Am George, We're All George, is on live right now giving an explanation of Bitcoin. So I thought, why not do a different type video and do a little watch along with CryptosRus. So I want to give credit where credit is due. You know, so I just moved my webcam over George, but this is George. He's got CryptosRus. He's a very smart guy with crypto. I don't agree with his investment strategies 100%, but I will listen to what he has to say about the market. So let's see what he's got to say.
In a live chat, and it's kind of expected. Kind of what I expected, and that's a good thing. I am feeling good. I know some of you guys may be scared. You tune in because you want me to reassure you guys that things will be okay, and that is exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I want to say this. Yeah, guys. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I freaked out a little bit today, and not like as much as I used to when I first got into crypto, but this is definitely a weird bull market for sure. George and some of the other YouTubers, they've been around a lot longer than me, so you know, I've heard like the good old days back 2017, 2013, but I wasn't in crypto then. So, you know, all my experience has never been on the 4-year cycle, so I really didn't know what to expect other than what I've been hearing, you know, for the last year and a half of these parabolic gains that we were going to have. And to be honest with you, we really haven't gotten that altcoin season yet. You know, everybody kind of always... They always say it goes kind of like Bitcoin pumps and Ethereum and then your altcoins next. And if you look back at history, for sure, that's absolutely what's happened. But this bull season has been very, very weird. But what I do know, guys, and I'm going to continue and let George talk, is that, yeah, it is the jobs of any of the crypto YouTubers. Like, I watched a couple guys today that were being super negative and almost like a little fuddish. Some smaller YouTubers. You know, it's important that we all help each other like a support group to stay calm, because panic is the number one thing that'll make you lose money in crypto. Nobody should be selling today. You know, Bitcoin dropped a little bit, but let's listen to what George has to say. I'm sure he's got some comparisons that's gonna make everybody feel better, but I want to reassure you guys, from what I know, we're not in a bear market yet. Okay, that's not to say that we couldn't be creeping towards one, but it's weird. I feel like if we do creep into one, it might be just like a short-term one, maybe till first of the year, end of January. A lot of this has to do with two things, guys. Inflation of the United States. Biden, I don't know what he's doing. I don't get into politics on the channel, but you know, it's all in the news today about how much inflation there is, and the feds are having a big problem with that. A lot of people are scared, and this coronavirus strain is not helping us either. Unfortunately, factors like that absolutely affect the market. the stock market was just on a really bad like week and a half, and then they came back strong and almost broke all-time high of the S&P 500, I think. So again, that's a little strange, I think, that usually if the stock market is doing well, crypto is doing well too. So guys, nobody's really sure what's going on, and I think that every expert that I watch, and I would consider George a crypto expert. I mean, he knows his shit. But him, Plan B, BitBoy Crypto, CryptosRus, Alex Becker, any of the big crypto YouTubers. I don't really watch a lot of Lark Davis anymore, and I used to watch Crypto Jeb, but I haven't watched him in a while either. Everybody's been wrong. Like, everybody's predictions have been wrong. So I think at this point, I just noticed my camera is cocked just a tad bit. All right, we're in a new discovery period where, crypto is getting widely adopted by the world, kind of like the internet was around for a little while before the rest of the world really started to use it. So I think that, things are going to change, and it's going to be in a good way, but, sometimes you have to take a couple steps backwards to get forward, and fear and panic controls the crypto market, number one. That's why stories that have nothing to do with crypto, like, Chinese mortgage companies or, things like of that nature, coronavirus strands, that's why people get scared. I don't know why, because when I hear about a coronavirus strand, it doesn't go through my mind the entire day that I need to sell my crypto. But some people, it's like, I don't know about y'all, I live in North Carolina, and like, if the weatherman says we might get a couple of snowflakes, you go to the grocery store a couple hours later, there is no bread or no milk anywhere in the store. I think it's a southern thing. We're just not used to snow, so people panic and they do weird shit. Like, for example, coronavirus, the one thing that you couldn't find was fucking toilet paper. Still, my foreigner friends make fun of, Americans were the only ones that did that, so like everybody else was worried about getting food, and we were worried about, making sure we had clean buttholes. So, guys, a lot of things affect people in different ways, but the point of, a lot of my channels and the coaching is to reassure you that, guys, the roller coaster ride of crypto is part of it. It's a package deal. It's like marrying a girl with a child that's not yours. It comes along with it. So, if you want the high gains and you want the exciting, waking up and your portfolios made $10,000 or $15,000, $20,000 overnight, just remember, like, I woke up and today I've gone down $18,000 throughout the day. So, it goes both ways, but, stay smart. You have not lost anything until you sell. Remember that, guys. You got to be patient sometimes. You may be looking red for a long time, but it'll come back green. All right, let's watch and see what.
I honestly believe it. Unlike others that may be pretending, I truly believe it. I believe Bitcoin will recover, will continue forward, and we will see a new top. 69,000 was not the top of this cycle. We will continue forward. Okay? So if you have
tell
doubt,
him, George.
You have uncertainty, you don't know what's going on, right? The best thing to do is to just chill. Take a chill pill and then also zoom out. Then you realize that yes, even though we're a little bit down from our 69,000 top, local top I should say, not cycle top, but we are still going in the right direction. And Bitcoin, despite all this doom and gloom, well, it's still at 47,000. So again, not any lower than any of the previous lows we had in 2021.
Yeah, so that's important to remember. Some of you may have been paying attention to the market even if you just got in, but around March or April, Bitcoin was down to like 34 grand or 37 grand. One of the two numbers, I can't remember, but it was low. So, we're still a good ways away from that, and we were in full-blown bear market during that time. I would be really surprised to see us go below 40. I don't think But now, I could be wrong, guys. I'm definitely not. I'm like plan Z. Alright? Fuck plan B or C. I'm Z. But my opinion is that I would be very surprised if we ever see a $39,000 Bitcoin again, short of a catastrophic event, you know, COVID level event, some sort of war, you know, a big ass event, you know. If you look at Bitcoin's history, it always shoots up and reaches a new high and it comes back down. Like I always say, guys, we take 5 steps up as long as we're only taking 4 back down. Before we go up again. That's all we need, just to gain a little bit. As long as we come back down, it's fine, as long as we don't go back down as low as we were. So
I'm talking about 40,000. That was only a few months ago, and even 30,000 a few months before that. So we are still above those levels, and we are okay. We're just kind of lower than what people want it to be. Okay, but we will.
Yeah, patience is the key. Everybody wants to get into crypto and make $1 million in a week, and guys, it doesn't happen. Alright, you hear your stories about that one guy that bought a shit coin and, you know, put $3,000 in it, and he wakes up and the next day and has 100, 200 grand, and yeah, I mean, that's happened. But guys, realistically, you're not gonna make millions of dollars in even months. I mean, I always tell people, if you invest, you know, $30,000 to $50,000, I feel like if you're smart, within 3 years, you should be able to have like around $1 million. Like that, I think is very realistic. If you don't trade with emotion, you buy good stuff and you buy cheap. You buy on dip days. You buy on days like today where the shit is crashing. Now, I'll be honest with you. I have money sitting on 3 different exchanges right now and money in the bank that I can move. And to be honest, I haven't had time to buy anything today. I've been so busy. I got a plumbing nightmare at my house, and Mondays are just hellacious days for my gun business. Tomorrow I got to film all day for the TV show. So, you know, maybe that's a reason. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to wait now and see what tomorrow's going to do, because we may still be going down a little bit more. So, if you bought some today, I don't think that was a bad thing. You know, dollar cost averaging is always good on days like today, but, you know, I'm going to see what's going on, because, again, this is just a little bit weird. And, like, it's just like we veered off the road a little bit, and I don't know how long it's going to take for us to get back on the road. And I'm really bad about not keeping a lot of liquid cash. You know, I invest like 95% of my cash into digital assets, NFTs, crypto, because I hate having money just sitting in the bank. I don't recommend that any of you do that. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, if for some reason, the small percent chance, I really don't think we're going bear, guys, but if we do, then I want to have a little bit of cash, just because, you know, again, plan on bear markets lasting anywhere from 2 to 6 months of just nothing moving, going up, your portfolio looking like shit. That's the old. Now, given, guys, going into the future, we may be rewriting the charts, like how this shit works. Nobody really knows, but with the metaverse and gaming, NFT play to earn games and shit coming out, a lot of cool shit's dropping next year. I think that it's going to kind of change the bear market a little bit. I think there's still going to be some coins that do well and some projects that do well in a bear market. That's why, for me personally, I'm investing a lot in gaming. I'm investing a lot in gambling. Because I feel like no matter what's going on with these cyber technology projects during a bear market, people still gamble. People are still going to play games. So that's my thoughts on that.
Get through this. Now, why am I so bullish? I will always remain bullish, and I've told you guys that. I've created a whole dedicated video just about that, and I told you the reasons why I remain bullish, right? I know a lot of you guys, you know, you may have lost hope. You may not believe what anyone said anymore, right? But I'm telling you.
Yeah, guys, and remember, I'm sorry, you know, the point is, I want to make my own video. I don't want to just show George's video the whole night. But to be honest, like, I was thinking tonight, and the market's so boring today, like, I didn't have time to really research anything, so I was like, let's do like a watch along, something different. As you can tell just in my energy, I'm tired. I got up at 7 o'clock this morning. I gotta get up at fucking 6:30 tomorrow. And I've been dealing, like, my house flooded over the weekend, so, like, my house is wrecked. Part of my ceiling is ripped out, and the bathrooms upstairs flooded, and I had waterfalls coming out in my living room ceiling, so my furniture, you probably can kind of see behind me, like, shit that was hanging on the walls is just sitting behind me. I had to rip everything off the walls from getting ruined. My wood floors are, like, bowed up. So I just had like a $2,500 plumbing bill. Now I gotta pay a drywall dude to come out. It's probably gonna be $400 or $500. And at some point I gotta fix the floors, which they're not that bad. Then I just walked upstairs and my ceiling fan literally just broke. $200. So again, it's not a lot, but it starts to add up. So I'm feeling like super cheap today because I've just had a lot of dumbass expenses. But what I wanted to say, this long ass story for this point, was that, remember guys, there are some YouTubers that just push their own shit and really don't have your best intentions at heart. But like, I will say George, number one, and I'm not a big George fan. I think he's a smart guy. I find him to be a little repetitive and boring, but I do watch him, to be honest. I mean, that's why we're watching it together. Because he does seem to have a very well-grounded opinion, and he's somebody that I feel like is not, I never see him promoting shit that I feel like it's for his own benefit. He really has a passion for crypto, and my cancer intuition in me that, helps me be able to read good people from bad people, I get a George is a good dude signal. So that's why I listen to him. But don't get mad at the guys like George that have been saying all year that Bitcoin was going to go to 90 or 100,000. It should. Based on all the charts and everything that we've seen, they weren't making these numbers up, guys. So, nobody can predict exactly where the market is going to go. And it makes me a little bit angry when I see people throwing up negative comments to some of these YouTubers. Some of them, like, I don't really care. But, like, George's a good dude. He tries hard. He does 2 live streams a day. I've seen it. He's even been on the real news talking about crypto and stuff. I feel like for the honest YouTubers out there, which I try to be one myself, just remember, guys, that we're doing our best. And, I'm saying our like I'm in the same category, but hopefully one day, to bring good information and back it up with research and studying and history and yada yada yada. But guys, again, we are reinventing the wheel with crypto right now. So that's what I keep telling everybody. Like, you think you're late, you're early. You're early. If you're watching this video right now, just the fact that you're watching a video about crypto, you are way ahead of 90 or 93, 94% of the rest of the world. Okay, so keep that in mind.
The facts remain, fundamentals keep getting better, and they haven't changed, despite the fact that Bitcoin is lower in price right now versus a few weeks ago. Fundamentals continue to get stronger. Okay, so you don't let the volatility, short-term volatility, scare you, because of course there's a lot of external factors going on. What does Powell go do on Wednesday? What is going to happen to Omicron? Is there any more defaulting from Evergrande? I mean, there's a lot of things going on. There will always be a lot of things going on, right? But Bitcoin's fundamental keeps getting stronger, and you don't want to lose sight of that. Now, let me show you a few things that you may find interesting. Number one, fear and greed index. I knew it was going to be fearful, but what's interesting is right now we're at 21, and this is actually, not as low as a few days ago when we hit about 17, 18, right? So, interesting enough that despite the fact that it seems like there's more fear now than just a few days ago, there really isn't. So that's a good thing. Now, what else is there? Well, other things such as this, exchange reserves of Bitcoin continues to drop despite the price going down even more. Well, the reserves are at a 31-month low.
So that's something that I don't talk about a lot, guys. If you're newer to crypto, the fear and greed index is referenced a lot by some of the major players in the crypto influencer space. it's pretty accurate. You know, when there's a lot of fear in the market, that chart will show it, and that kind of always will have, you know, fear when you're having your days like today. People are scared to buy, and people are selling, you know, thinking that the market's going to go down lower. So I'm gonna be honest, I haven't sold one. I can't remember the last time I sold a coin. You know what I did? I bought some Tomb Finance this morning because Tomb dropped the lowest I've seen it drop in several weeks. And I just happen to have some Phantom stablecoin, like a couple grand worth. So I bought some, but you know, I've been wanting to add some more Tomb anyway. So I actually did buy. I forgot about that. I bought that first thing this morning. So I haven't sold anything, and I'll be honest with you guys, if I do start selling, I'll let you know. You know, but dude, every dip we've had for the last 3-4 months, I've been buying on days that everybody else is selling. So, you know, now if you're new to the space, you know, take it slow. I don't want anybody to get wrecked, you know, but I know the risk that I'm taking, and I'm comfortable with it. You know, you got to find your own comfort zone. If I got to hold on to this shit for 2 or 3 years to get the kind of money back out of it I want, I'm good with that. That's why you play with money that you don't need now. If you're putting money in the market that you're gonna need back in a month or two, guys, that's where you're gonna get in trouble. You gotta play with money that you can pretend doesn't exist, so that all of a sudden, if you need money to pay a bill or something, of course, just, you know, life always plays that joke on you. You're gonna need that money when the market sucks, and you're gonna have to sell at a loss. So that's why whatever I put in there, I just pretend like I'm telling you, I'm the poorest man you ever met that has a big portfolio. And I don't have a huge portfolio, but you know, I have a lot of money in my portfolio compared to the way that I live, because my whole thing is like, I'm 41 years old. By the time I'm 45, I want to have my nest egg complete, and I really want to retire at 45. So that gives me, you know, 4 years, 4.5 years, or 3.5 years actually, to finish it. And I think in 3 years, I mean, crypto is going to be everywhere. It's going to be as popular as debit cards. So,
and continues to go down and down and down and down, right? I told you guys, this is one of the main factors, one of the main things I'm looking at that is part of fundamental, that is still improving, and that is reserves dropping, right? And liquid supply going up. And people are starting to pay attention to these things. They're tweeting it out because you can't dispute this.
Alright guys, so this is the kind of shit that starts to bore me, but it is important. Like, I'm not a technical analysis guy. I don't know how to read the Fibonacci shit, the teacup handle, head and shoulder patterns, all that shit. I respect the people that do, and I do think that it does have some accuracy, but again, I reiterate, we are in a new discovery of what the fuck is going to happen with crypto. Now, given, I think at the finish line, it's going to be great, but I think that we're going to have some really sucky parts getting to the finish line. At the end, I don't think crypto is ever going away. I really don't. I think it's gonna replace paper money, you know, at some point, where it's gonna be like a checkbook. You know, like your grandmother still might carry a checkbook, but if like somebody tries to write you a check, you're kind of like, a fucking check. And I remember like when I was 18, I mean, I had to carry my checkbook. I think they started taking debit cards at fast food places when I was like 17 or 18 years old. That was like 97, 96, you know. So again, guys, it's really not that absurd to think that paper money could become obsolete. You know, right now we can already use our smartphones as credit cards. You know, hold your smartphone up and pay. So I just think about technology in the future and how far we've come just in the last 20 years, and it's really not that far out.
But the liquid supply keeps.
I'm gonna do a little fast forward here and just see.
1,000, and right now we fell down to about 47,000, right? But you can see that the patterns are very, very similar. So there's fractal patterns everywhere. You just have to know where to look. So this could indicate a really good run up in the near future, right? And this is on a grander scale. Someone named Blake that also looked at a lot of these trends and how every cycle has 3 trends. And we've gone through 2 of them.
All right, so this is very interesting by this guy's Blake on Twitter. I don't know who it is. In previous Bitcoin cycles, there have been 2 primary trend lines and a 3rd parabolic one. We are on the 2nd this year. We've not had the parabolic one. Notice how price dropped below the 2nd trend line several times the last 2 cycles. So basically what he's saying, and I know you guys can't see it all because of the webcams, going back to previous cycles, we had our big, like, gigantic push of price going up on the 3rd run, and we're on the 2nd right now, and we had a couple of dips, you know, between that 2nd and the 3rd. And that's a lot of what I've been seeing the last week or two, you know, is that it's normal to have some crashes during a bull market. We have to have some corrections and some pullbacks, and that's actually healthy for the market. So, you know, this is the kind of stuff that you need to look at to reassure yourself so that you don't trade with emotions.
And we're about to form the 3rd, and the 3rd is the most bullish of them all. And it happened in 2013, it happened in 2017, and we're waiting for that 3rd trend line that's coming, which could be right around the corner, or it could start in 2022. So there's some TA I'm factoring in here, but the main thing is the fundamentals, and that is getting stronger. Okay? So I want to lead with that. What else is there? Well, there's a few other things. Here's an interesting article. Some of you guys may be into real estate, and you may be thinking real estate's the way to go because real estate is so hot, and recently houses have been going up either due to supply constraints like cost of wood and
I've said this before, but if you've not watched all my videos, there is no other asset that compares to actually, my dad, he lives 3.5 hours from me. He stopped by today. He was in town. And he doesn't know anything about crypto, and he saw on my Facebook account that I was doing crypto classes, and he started asking me about it, and I was telling him, because, you know, he invests in stocks and stuff, and I was like, you know, you should put some money in crypto. And I told him, like, you look at precious metals, platinum, gold, real estate, stocks, there's nothing that compares to the percentage gains over the last, I don't know, probably more than 5 years of how much more money you would have made putting your money in Bitcoin than all of the other types of investments you could have made.
Materials, or due to inflation, because home sales have been skyrocketing, right? But if you thought that that would be a better investment than Bitcoin, well, you'd be wrong. So this compares going back over the last years in the industry, much longer to me in terms of financial industry, but in terms of crypto, you know, when things are good, but when things are bad, you know, you get a lot of hate. Just look at Plan B, right? People are just hating on Plan B right now for the wrong reasons. But Raul Paul just went through all this and just kind of told everyone what I just said. And basically, you know what? Prepare for the future.
Guys, I'm telling you, it is really important for, again, I'm not in that category, all right? But people like George, like Raul Paul, I've heard that name. I know he's like some sort of finance genius. It's very important because there's just as many people trying to spread FUD, fear, uncertainty, and disbelief about crypto. And guys, it's a psychological game, like psychological warfare. The people that hate it, you know, your communist countries, your banks, and, you know, companies that don't want to adapt to it because they feel like it's going to take part of their profits, they spend money to scare you about your crypto. And that's a fact. Like, we don't need a tinfoil hat and, like, you know, meet up at Area 51 to try to look for aliens. It is a fact, guys. The media does lie to you. You know, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, it doesn't matter. Like, if you believe everything that is written I'm telling you, I really found this out once I got my first TV job. You know, I didn't even realize, like, I knew the government told us some exaggerations of the truth and, you know, kept some stuff from us, but once I got into mainstream media and saw how many lies and how much bullshit somebody would write about a peon like me, it really opens up your mind to how much shit we read that we just automatically validate because it's on the internet as fact, and it's not. Okay, you know, it's a lot of made up shit. So the point is that people like these two guys, it's really important that they're putting the facts out there, so that, because that's what all the big financial dudes, the whales, you know, the financial institutions that have billions of dollars in Bitcoin, they want you to panic sell, and when the price goes down, they're gonna swoop in and buy all the Bitcoin right back up at a cheaper price. There is a lot of market manipulation in crypto. Alright, way more than you would think. We call it whale games, but, you know, market manipulation, whale games, kind of the same terminology. But there is a lot of games being played in the crypto space, guys, because we're talking about an industry that a few weeks ago was over $3 trillion. We're back down in the low $2 trillion now, but this is a huge industry with more money in it than you can fathom. So if you don't think there's not some companies that'll spend millions of dollars to try to trick you, you're wrong, because they're making billions, if not, you know, hundreds of billions of dollars. So keep that in mind.
Invest in long-term assets like good L1s and Bitcoin, right? And continue to go forward. Don't worry about what's going on now. Focus on cool neighborhood, and that's every single month.
Guys, I'm gonna.
No bought a bottom thing again, because
yeah, this
look
chart
at some
looks
of these
horrible.
year-to-date gains. I had this category out on purpose just to make a point of how much some people made since the beginning of this year. So they are the ones.
Wow, look at
that
Solana.
are not afraid at all.
Oh my
They've
God.
been holding on for a long time, right? Well, a long time being 20.
I gotta tell y'all, like, Solana, I bought like 50 Polkadot the other night. I already had a pretty decent sized bag, and it's gone down even more. Luna, Polkadot, Solana, Avalanche, and Phantom. Cardano maybe also. My personal opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, guys, but my personal opinion, that's the coins that I'm looking at right now, because that's the coins that I know that I'm going to hold on to well beyond this bull market. The layer ones, like he's talking about. You know, Solana and Avalanche are going to be probably your top two contenders to kick Ethereum's ass. They're both better than Ethereum. They're cheaper than Ethereum. Now, Solana's been having some problems, but, you know, new companies always have some bugs they need to get worked out, so that doesn't really change my mind about them. I think they're a great project. And Phantom, it's not really talked about as much. It's just not as big as Solana and Polkadot and Terra. But Phantom is another one. I mean, God, Phantom is cheap right now. And I got into Phantom about at the price. I'm still up. So I must have got in maybe around the dollar range, $1.05 range, somewhere around there. But that's another one that I'm looking at. If it drops much more, I'm going to buy more, because, again, guys, you got to think about the stuff that's going to be around, you know, for the next 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 100 years even. I mean, your good projects, even if they go down, if you have the time to let them sit, it's just like when Apple launched. Or when Amazon launched. Guys, it took them years to be the top dogs. Alright? These are companies. Remember that. It's not just an invisible token. These are companies. A lot of them are startup tech companies that have accomplished amazing things, you know, in a short time frame. But, you know, remember that, guys. Like, Solana's not going anywhere. Like, you're not going to wake up tomorrow and Solana's going bankrupt. Like, there was one company that put like 60 million or $60 billion in Solana. I don't even remember, but a ton of money. I mean, anyway.
Well, months, but they are up so much that
Like on this list right now, I can tell you what I wouldn't buy. Dogecoin. Dogecoin is, I don't think, this is opinion, guys. If you own Doge, I'm sorry. Doge is shit. Like, Doge is shit. It's never going to get back, I don't think, to, I think the all-time high was like 75 cents, Dogecoin. Even when Shiba and Doge were battling it out like a month and a half ago, I think Doge maybe got back up to like 30 or 32 cents. And, I mean, it's just the Elon hype was really the only reason that Dogecoin, I think, got where it got. There's actually a guy on YouTube. His whole YouTube channel is not. He posts videos every day about Dogecoin. This dude loves Dogecoin, and I keep thinking, like, man, I'm glad I didn't base my whole YouTube channel around one coin that was super hot for 1 year. But to be honest, like, I don't care if Doge went down to a nickel. I don't know if I would buy any, to be honest. And given it's the number 10 coin. And it's got 2,600% gains, but I told you I lost a shit ton of money in Dogecoin. That was one of the first coins I bought. I bought in on FOMO'd in, bought in on the hype, bought in around 45 cents, and it had already been higher than that. It come back down a little bit, I bought, and it just plummeted down, and I ended up selling most of it around 20 to 25 cents a coin, and was happy to get that because it had gone down to 17, 18 cents a coin. And I'm talking about I had like 15, 20,000 Dogecoin, so it was a pretty significant hit. So maybe I'm salty about that, but Dogecoin was my most expensive and my most valuable lesson in crypto. And I've told you guys, sometimes losing money, it sucks when it happens, but it'll teach you something that's going to make you... That lesson I learned on Doge has made me way more money than I lost.
that the recent drop means nothing. Anyone that bought in Binance coin since the beginning of the year is up 1,200%. Anyone that bought...
Yeah, you ever want to get sick? If you're new to crypto, something that's fun for me to do is just pull up like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and go back 1 year and look and see how much some of these coins you could buy them for. It'll make you sick. It'll make you sick. Like a year ago, you could buy Ethereum for probably $700, $600 a coin. I don't even want to know about Solana. If it's gone up 8,400% this year alone, I mean, God, I'd hate to even see what it was at. But these coins are all significantly ahead of where they were a year ago, and that's the point, guys. If you just got in, you're seeing it drop. Guys, some of these coins were less than $1 a coin a year ago. You know, so keep that in mind. You know, just you gotta give it time.
bought in Solana this year? 8,400%, okay? Even Doge is up 2,600%.
Look at Avalanche, 2,000. So you're seeing a trend here where your layer ones, Avalanche, Cardano, 600%, Dogecoin, I don't know, Luna, 8,200%, Avalanche, 2,000%. Avalanche is at a buy price right now for me, but I'm waiting. I got a bunch of Avalanche already, but I don't think I have enough. Actually, I don't think I have enough of any of these that we're talking about. I bought 5 coins the other night, and I don't know why I bought them, to be honest, but I bought Chainlink, Dot, I bought some Shiba, but there's a reason for that. It wasn't for me. And I bought some Cardano, because actually I had about $10,000 worth of Cardano, but I sold it right before they dropped the Alonzo smart contracts, which was when Cardano was a little over $3 a coin. I knew it was going to crash, and certainly did. So I made some good money off that, and I've been just waiting to buy back in. I know if you hold Cardano, you're probably frustrated as shit because that coin hasn't done shit this bull market, but it's still a good project, and it's still number 7. You know, it's got $41 billion in that, guys. I mean, how many companies can you name that have $41 billion in them?
Terra is up 8.
Polygon's another one. Polygon's another good one that you should have in your long-term investment bag. Every coin I'm talking about, guys, is long-term. You know, if you're looking for coins to flip this bull season or in the next 3 or 4 months, you may be able to flip these and make some money, but I think you'd be crazy to do that. Avalanche, your later ones, Polkadot, Polygon, Cardano, Phantom, I'm missing one, Terra, Luna, whatever. Those are coins that, guys, you need to buy when they're super cheap. Maybe even wait for the bear market when they're really cheap. Buy as much as you can. Plan on holding on to them for a couple years. I promise you, you're going to be sitting real nice.
8,300%. Avalanche is up 2,000.
Oh, I did buy some Crow also, some Crypto.com. But I bought that because Crypto.com has a credit card that I want. That the only way you can get it is to have a certain amount of Crow for a certain amount of days. So... I think it's a decent buy, and, Crow kind of goes up and down. Crypto.com just paying $800 million to have the rights to the Staples Center. That's a big thing for me, where I think that, okay, that alone, this company, they're really putting some money in marketing and advertising. So I think it's a solid investment.
Percent. Polygon is up a staggering 10,000%.
Wow. Polygon's up 10,000%. It's at $1.82. So that means Polygon was pennies at the beginning of this year.
Right? So if you thought only people only bought at top, no. Think again, there's a lot of people that bought at bottom. And this is just year to date. This is not counting people that bought in 2020.
I'll tell you one coin I don't understand. Drop in the comments if you hold Tron. That was one of the first coins I bought as well, and I staked it, and actually I just got rid of that. I had that in Kava, which I didn't know anything about them. For some reason, they just looked cool to me, so I bought them, and I saw that they stake in your Trust wallet, so it's very easy to stake them. And Tron is one of those, actually somebody tried to pay me the other day with a Tron stable coin, and I was just like, no thank you. I didn't even want to fuck with it, because it's one of those things, they've been around forever, and as you can see, the price of it, I don't get how it's still even in the top 21. Nobody I know owns that coin. So if you have Tron and you like Tron, post in the comments why. What am I missing?
March of 2020, when Ethereum was under $100. Ethereum fell to $80 in March of 2020.
Ouch. If you didn't hear that, Ethereum March of 2020 fell to $80. So guys, that's a year and a half ago. Maybe a year and 8 months ago. $80 fucking dollars for Ethereum. See, that's the days that I missed. I talk about my 75-cent Bitcoin that I missed 10 years ago, but the shit that really hurts is shit from a year ago, or even when COVID started. I told you guys, if you would have put your first stimulus check in Cardano, which I think was $1,250, or I don't remember, $1,500 the first check we got for the COVID stimulus. If you'd have put your check in Cardano and then sold it right before the Alonzo fork, you would have had I think it was $200 grand or $250 grand. It was a staggering amount, because again, Cardano was at 4 cents at the beginning of this year to 3 cents. I'm making up numbers, but it was around that much.
Okay, so when it comes to making life-changing wealth,
so also guys, pay attention. Tether USDT is the number 4. That's stablecoin. USD coin, stablecoin. So you got 2 coins right there in the top 10 that are stable coins, and that's something else that people need to realize that's getting into crypto. The US dollar is 80%, probably 75% of stable coins. I mean, there is stable coins for what's the Europe money? I know what it's called. I just can't think of it. Whatever that is called. But the US dollar is still very dominant, and it's funny because the US we're the one country that gets shit on and gets excluded from all these, pre-sales and the KYC shit. So that Congress meeting that we had this past week, I think was really good, because a lot of people stepped up in that meeting and told all these, senators and shit that are old and outdated, just still dusting off their typewriters, these fossils that are running our country that, like, if we don't get on the fucking crypto wagon and let this country grow with crypto, then every other country is gonna surpass us. And they needed to hear that. So
with crypto, you don't have to try to get in the next hot meme coin. You don't have to get in the next hot hype coin or the next hot that seems to put into Terra's ecosystem. That's pretty good. I like to remind.
Well, I think that's probably enough. Watch along with George. I do want to show you guys something. I was talking about this on the Tomb Finance video, but Phantom is down. The market is down, guys, and this is what happened, and this is why you're seeing Tomb dip today. So the TWAP is under the minimum, so it's not paying right now. So it fell at some point today because I actually claimed my money this morning, so it was at zero. So I only made $79 today. And this right here, guys, a week or two ago, this number was at $34,000. And I added another $3,000 or $4,000 to this today. So the price of T-shares again hit 17,000 something a couple weeks ago. Right now, they are 10.5. So if you were wanting to get in T-shares, I'm not saying to do it, but I'm saying if you look at the chart, like we were at 15,000 on the 12th, and they've been coming down with this crash. It actually went down right there, you see, to about 11, then shot back up, and then it's come down to 10, and it's been kind of like we're retesting here, but I bought some today. I mean, again, if Phantom stays down and the masonry stops paying out for like consecutive days or weeks, I could see people starting to sell off their T-shares because it's not making them money, and that's really the only thing that T-shares are good for. But if Phantom starts to recover, which I told you guys before with Tomb, it's happened to me over the last 2 months, maybe 6 epochs, which are 6-hour increments, I didn't get paid. It's usually recovered pretty quickly, but this crash we're having right now, I feel like it may be a little bit longer, so I'll keep you guys updated with that. But the other ones that I've been talking about, guys, really haven't moved that much. Hector has been staying around like $100. Metaverse Pro is still hanging in. I mean, if we look at, well, there's actually no price information, but that's about the same price as that. And I don't know where Jade is at today. I think Jade had gone up, and then I feel like Jade went down. Yeah, Jade had like kind of gone. Yeah, exactly. Like it went up, and then it's come down a good bit over the last like 1 or 2 days. I don't really think it's that abnormal again with this kind of coin. So I haven't looked at time. I'm kind of scared too. Oof. I know I probably lost some money on time. Wow. Yeah. Time is down. If you wanted to buy time, now is the time. Because I think I bought it around $8,000, and that was not that long ago. So let's go back for 14 days. Yeah, on these type of coins, for some reason, it doesn't want to give you a price sometimes. But the all-time high is $10,000 on these. I mean, they started off at $548 in September. So they're down 63% right now. So I think it's a great time. In fact, I might buy some more if it stays at this price, and I kind of see what the market's doing over the next couple of days, because as long as that protocol keeps going, these will come back up. These DAO tokens get hit hard sometimes, because people just start panic selling, and these are expensive tokens. And right now, everybody's a little concerned with all these DAOs, whether or not they're a scam or not, or a rug pull. So people don't have as much faith in them as they have in other things, and you're having to wait a lot longer to get your gains. So a lot of times that's the first thing people start selling when they do a sell-off from a panic. But Yeah, that one is probably, that's why I didn't want to look at it. I had a feeling that that it was bad. But anyway, anyway, guys, so I'm going to leave you with that. It's just, again, you can't panic is really the point of the story, guys. Start looking at the markets. Get your cash ready. Get your money on an exchange because, I've told you guys before, it can take some time, especially if you've never bought before. If you're trying to enter the market, this is probably going to be a good week to do that. But you want to get ready because, you never know, guys. We could wake up tomorrow and everything be green again. I mean, you don't know, or it could be red for weeks. You really just don't know. So, I would be ready. And if you were waiting to pull the trigger on some of this stuff, some of these price, like Solana, that's the cheapest I've seen Solana in, I think, like 2-3 months, probably. So, some of these prices, Avalanche as well. I mean, Avalanche was just at like $150, $160 a token, and it's back down to like, what was it, $70? Let me just pull up. Hold on. It's funny, this Meta Dodge right here, I own some of that. I don't know why it's trending today, but that's the one I told you guys about that, I think it like pays you, and it pays you Shiba just for holding it, I think. I think that's the one. But, yeah, where are we at? So Solana's at 153. So, I mean, it's down 21% for 7 days. Again, 21%, that's a lot, but it's not. Not comparative to how much it's up. XRP, that's cheap. Polkadot is cheap. Luna's cheap. Yeah, Avalanche at 78. So, again, like, if Avalanche goes down in the 60s, I'm buying. And I may even buy some around this price. We'll have to wait and see, but people ask me all the time what they should be buying. I like Algorand personally. Some people don't. I do. I'm looking to add some more. It stakes in a lot of places, and there's been a rumor going around for a long time that Amazon was going to build their crypto network off either Algorand or AMP. That's not a fact. That's a rumor, but I would love to own whatever Amazon is going to go with before Amazon releases that to the public, because it is going to go to the moon that day. Chainlink is just a slept-on coin. Again, so many protocols need Chainlink to work. Chainlink is not going out of business. It's not, so I don't feel like you can go wrong with Chainlink. I don't mess with Stellar a lot. Mana, we had a really good pump. That's a Metaverse. Decentraland, it's the biggest metaverse right now. Axie Infinity, still too high for me. I think it pumped way too quick. VeChain is something that I'm adding some this week. I like VeChain. Elrond, I own, and if it gets cheaper, I'm going to buy some more of that. It's a good company. Sandbox, I don't think you can go wrong. I would try to get it a little bit cheaper than that. Theta is really cheap. It's a little bit harder to find, but you can get it on KuCoin. Gala, Gala really hasn't moved that much. I mean, it's up for the 7 day, but down for the last, I think they had a Gala conference this week, if I'm not mistaken, and we're still riding the coattails of the Coinbase listing. Phantom, $1.28, man, that's like bargain price. PancakeSwap, again, to me, that's a buy, because it stakes on PancakeSwap for like 70% APY. So, that's a good buy on that. I've been buying some Kusama. I bought a little bit of Aave just because I never owned any. Engine, that's something I would start looking at if it keeps going lower. Thorchain is at a really good price. Definitely will be adding some more of that. Kadena, guys, oh my god, I am down in Kadena. It is such a good deal right now. I mean, that's one of my biggest losses right now, because I bought so much of it. It was super pumped. But I have faith that it'll come back, so I'm not panicking about it. But if you don't own it yet, R-Weave, wow, yeah, I'm gonna be adding some more R-Weave for sure. See, like Rose, I own this and it's up for the week. It's a gaming play. Immutable X, that barely got touched. That's the NFT platform that's merging with TikTok. If you don't own any Immutable X, you can get it on Gate.io, and I think on KuCoin, for sure on Gate though. Wax, Wax was doing really good until this last crash. So, and that's the top 100, guys. I mean, I could sit here and do this all night. I'm just seeing if I see anything else. Oh, I just bought some Okcoin actually. I don't know why. Somebody was talking to me about it, and it's so cheap. I think I threw like $500 in it just to. Audius is, I think it's got potential. It's gonna compete with Spotify. There's a bunch of celebrities buying this. Like a music crypto. Zill, I bought some of that this week. I don't know how to pronounce it right. People say it different ways, so I'm just gonna call it Zill. Telcoin, I made some money on Telcoin, but I sold all of it a while back. And some of the, I tell you what, Synthetics is, guys, if you go to Okcoin right now, Synthetics is paying stupid percentage for staking. I want to say they on Okcoin it's got like 100% APR, something really stupid, and you can stake into Celcius too. Radium, that's Solana's main DEX. It stakes. It's cheap. I own some. I think that's a solid investment too. And yeah, there's that Kava. Moon River, yeah, I bought Moon River at almost $400 each. That's my other really big like loser in my portfolio right now, but I'm gonna do some dollar cost averaging because it's a really good project and I think it'll come back. But that's a really good entry price, and I'm watching that one, hoping it'll come down to like 150, 160, so I can buy some more to average out my super overpriced ones. And yeah, I just bought some of the Seek VR. BitBoy Crypto has been talking about that a lot lately. Ultra's been mentioned by everybody. That's a game and play. I think that's a good project. That one is a little bit harder to find too, but you can find it. My Neighbor Alice, I own some of that. I haven't heard any updates about them in a while. That's a game, a metaverse game or some type of game. Flux, yeah. Cartesi. I must have skipped it. I didn't see Render. Anyway, well, guys, I know there's a different type video. It's a little bit more laid back because the market's laid back today, and I'm tired, but I wanted to throw something up. So if you got an hour long, this is more just something you can throw on while you're going to bed and listen. And I'll have some better stuff for you this week, guys. Hopefully we wake up. Let's pray to the crypto gods that we have a green day. Thank you guys very much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe, please. Later, guys.